Transformers Revenge of the Fallen review. This time we're going to be looking at the very anticipated Leader Class Megatron figure. So we're going to be starting off in Megatron's tank mode, and as you can see, it is not based on any Earthbound tank. It is more or less a Cybertronian tank, just as his first movie incarnation, with his being a Cybertronian jet time. You can see it has exactly the same amount of colors as the first one did, mostly gray and black with hints of gold and silver. Overall, this is a lot bulkier and a little bit smaller, in fact, especially with the first one's wings. This one's a lot thinner, but it makes up for just overall mass and fierceness. Let's look on the bottom here. You can see that it has 6 wheels, 2 on the rear on each side and 1 on the front on each side. Now, I would have preferred if they gave it rubber tank treads like they did with Demolisher, but I guess they went with plastic treads just to give it a little bit, save a little bit on the cost. I would have preferred to have rubber, but it's not bad this way either. Yeah, the turret itself in the tank mode does not have any movement at all if you have it connected properly. You can disconnect at 2 points, the front and in the back, to give it both up, down, and left and right motion, but you lose some certain effects, such as if you disconnect it, does not make the fire noise, but since I have it properly done, when you press it, it makes a noise. I'm just going to set the missile off to the side for now, because I'm sure sometime later on it'll fire off at me. And if we look at it from the front, you can see Megatron's face right there, which I do not mind at all. If it's a Earth mode, it really bothers me if you can see the head in the vehicle mode, but it doesn't bother me in the slightest in the Cybertronian modes, because they're not really in disguise. I mean, their modes are for have more purpose to them than just being a disguise. If you look at it from the side, it does have a little bit more bulk than any of us would have liked, especially compared to certain CG images of the tank mode where it just looks a lot slimmer. But if you look at it from the front, it looks a lot better, I think. It looks very wide and menacing, and I really like it. Even though I really did like the first movie toys of the alternate with the alien jet, I definitely like this one a lot more, simply because when you think of Megatron, if besides a gun, the first generation gun, you usually think of him as a tank. And I like that this honors that by giving him a great tank mode. Now, to get to the transformation, which is fairly simple, but it has its little issues here and there that I don't like. We're just going to start by, this is one of them. Actually, we're going to start with the bottom. First, we're going to disconnect the tank treads from wherever they're attached, including here on the rear and the front here. And I'm just going to leave that as B for now. Oh, there we go. And then disconnect the turret, gun, whatever you want to call it. Move that off to the side, and then his second arm will come out, and just leave it off to the side for now. Get that a little bit more out of the way. Now, this part is a big issue for me, because this big heavy gun is supported by this itty bitty little joint here, and you can see it's a little bit wobbly, and it just simply likes to pop off like that. A little issue I have, but it's a little bit annoying, but not enough to distract from the overall enjoyment of the toy. Disconnect this entire back engine piece and move it forward. Don't connect it yet. You can connect it after you rotate these guards, face guards, I guess I can call them, down, and then move his head up, and then you can connect it like that. So, and then we're going to rotate the tank, or not the entire waist portion here. Rotate this down. There you go. And then just to get a little bit more room, slide these down. But you're not done with them quite yet. Then rotate the waist pieces in. Now with mine, I have no idea why, but I believe on both sides when you press them in, it's supposed to make the transformation sound. But it's only done it once for me so far, so I'm not sure what's actually going on there. I might try to fix it, but it's a little bit disappointing. I'm not sure exactly how to fix that. Oh, and I was talking over that. Take these pieces and rotate them up, or position these however you want it, and then rotate these backwards and let them click in place. And go to the arms here, rotate the GIMP arm, snap that in place, rotate it down, extend his finger, and then rotate this up. Snap it in place like so. And moving his arm will activate the firing noise. Last, I'm going to take out these pieces here and flip out to make his little toes. And there's Megatron in robot mode. Go ahead and put his cannon back in. Now, he is just very gigantic and huge. Gigantic. Oh, there. What? He is just very big and menacing and just very evil looking. Let me get that missile. Okay. Okay. He has a average amount of articulation. No waist articulation, no side to side, only in the hips here, knees, and his GIMP arm is the most articulate limb he has on, unfortunately. Especially kind of his finger can turn every which way, can pick his own nose, but sadly his gun arm really only moves at the waist, or not at the waist, but at the shoulder, and can go in and out a little bit. So I haven't really tested to see how many really good poses you can get with him, but you probably could get some decent ones because he has a great stabilizers on the bottom, as you can see. It holds him up pretty well. But other than that, I think he looks just fine, just standing up straight up. His Mech Alive gimmick is when you press down on the Decepticon symbol there, you hear his one phrase. Now, and he obviously says, "I am Megatron," but I've always had a problem with that ever since I first heard it. It doesn't really quite sound like he's saying Megatron, to me anyway, and my friend who I was with today agreed with me upon it. It sounds like he's saying a mix between Unicron and Gigatron. He's not enunciating the part in Megatron very well. Listen again. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. Another issue that I have with this toy is it's not very accurate to the movie. It's more based upon concept art that we saw many months ago. As in the concept art, he has a very skinny, crippled arm and one huge kind of blade arm. Oh, I need to get to that in a second. Wow, and it's very static. Not much design to the actual arm itself. While the actual CG design for him in the movie has a regular arm design on this side, and kind of like what can be best be described as a lobster claw that has a little blade to pop out of the end of the cannon that's inside it, as seen in the Voyager class Megatron figure. Now that's the only issues I have. I just wish the arms were just completely different and accurate to how they are in the movie. Next thing, before I forget, he can still obviously fire the missile in robot mode, and when you take this pull section down and then pull on this black tab here, it anticlimatically makes a kind of claw sword thingy, which is like I said, not very accurate to how his kind of claw sword looks in the official CG image of him. Now let's compare him, there we go, to some other Megatrons. Now here he is with the premium version of the first Megatron. As you can see, he is quite a bit taller. This one's head probably goes to about his chest. So you can see he's grown quite a bit. Now we compare him to the one of the newer Megatrons from the animated line. You can see he is a lot bigger than this one. This is about the average size for any animated leader class figure, but so the leader class figures for the new movie have definitely grown quite a bit, which is I really like, especially for Megatron. He should be the biggest out of any full-size figure. And we'll just do some close-ups on the detailing here. He has a remarkable amount of detail, especially in his face. Oh, a little bit too close. There you go. You can see he has lights in his eyes there, and you can see some fangs there. Maybe just do the light, his mech live again, so you can see his eyes, his mouth lights up red, and you can see his fangs a little bit better that way. Oh. He has the Decepticon symbol on his chest there. And overall, it's just a beautiful toy. But it does have the couple issues that I've mentioned before, such as the inaccuracy of the arms and some annoying bits in the transformation, especially with his arm popping off. But overall, for the price, you're definitely getting a very cool toy. It's huge. It's absolutely menacing. And it looks evil, just as Megatron should be. He looks absolutely terrifying. So I definitely recommend this. I haven't got a hold of the Voyager class Megatron figure, so I'm not sure how this one compares to it. But as from personal opinion, I would definitely recommend him, just from what I've seen, over any other Megatron figure. Until next time, thank you for watching.